Hi there, I'm Andrew Forkes-Gudmundson, Senior Manager for State Policy at Earthworks, and welcome to Ask an Earthworker, where we take big environmental topics and break them down just for you. Today we're tackling the issue of oil and gas bonding, why it matters, and how we can make it work for people and the planet and not polluters. When an operator drills a well, it becomes a forever problem. Wells pollute during drilling and production, and even when they're done producing, wells can still emit toxins into our air and water. They're a major source of pollution and a public health hazard. To reduce pollution as much as possible, operators are supposed to permanently plug wells once they're done producing. But how do we ensure they actually do that? That's where bonding comes in. Bonds are a tool state regulators use to ensure there's money available to plug a well when operators can't or won't do the work themselves. And bonds operate a lot like insurance. An operator pays a premium to a bonding company, who in turn promises to pay the state if the operator doesn't have the money to clean up the wells like they're supposed to. In the US, state regulators are responsible for setting the amount of bonds a company is supposed to provide. But there's a problem. State regulators have set bond amounts far too low to cover the actual cleanup costs for all the wells we've already drilled, leaving taxpayers to foot the cleanup bill. And it's a really big bill. There are well over 1 million unplugged wells scattered across the country. Over 60,000 in New Mexico, almost 50,000 in Colorado, hundreds of thousands in Pennsylvania, and many more across the country. And it costs, on average, $100,000 to plug each well. Experts therefore estimate that it will cost hundreds of billions of dollars to plug all of the currently unplugged wells in the country. For example, in New Mexico alone, state regulators estimate that it will cost $8.4 billion to plug all of the currently unplugged wells in the state. However, due to lax rules, they only hold about $200 million in bonds. That leaves a gap of almost $8.2 billion. So the key takeaway is this: the current bonding system doesn't work. Instead of holding oil and gas companies accountable, it lets companies off the hook, while taxpayers and communities bear the burden of cleaning up their mess. Stronger bonding amounts are essential to protecting our air, water, and our wallets. You can help by urging regulators to raise bonding amounts. In New Mexico and Pennsylvania, urge decision makers to raise bonding amounts to cover real cleanup costs. And in Colorado, support enforcement of existing rules to hold oil and gas companies accountable. And if you found this helpful, then like, comment, and share to spread the word. And head to earthworks.org for more information. Together, we can continue to work on policies that put people and the planet first.